The Lightcast occupation taxonomy is responsive. This is the third video in a series looking at taxonomies and their value. We talk about the importance of taxonomies being global and granular, and today I want to talk to you about why it's important that taxonomies are responsive. Before I do that, let's recap what is a taxonomy and why we use them. A taxonomy is a way of classifying information, providing structure, and simplifying the complexity of a specific topic. And the reason we are doing this is because by providing a structure, we are able to simplify complex problems and find a way to analyze them in a way that's much more digestible than when we look at a large amount of big data. And this is particularly powerful in the context of the labor market, where there are a lot of data points, different data sets, and we are trying to understand how the labor market is changing and where it is going. As I said, we talked about how it is important that occupation taxonomies are global and granular. And today, I really want to talk about why it is important that taxonomies are also responsive. We are living in a period of unprecedented turbulence. The labor market is changing at an unprecedented pace, and keeping track of these changes can help us better prepare to what is ahead. Having a taxonomy that is able to identify and track these specific changes as they emerge in the labor market, even before they appear in official statistics, can give us an edge in terms of preparing for the future. And if we are in the education sector, this can really help us aligning what we are teaching with what the labor market needs. If we are in a business context, this is really valuable because it helps us stay ahead of the competition. And if we are in government, this type of information helps us make sense of new and emerging trends and understand what we need to do about them, even before we are able to see them in our own official statistics. To bring this to life, let's use the example of clean energy. Clean energy is one of the sectors that have been emerging in recent years as a response to the transition to a greener economy. As the new sector emerged, as more people wanted and demanded clean energy, this has had an effect on the labor market, with new jobs being created and existing jobs changing to meet this demand. We can track these changes thanks to the responsive elements of our Lightcast occupation taxonomy, as we are able to identify the type of roles that employers are currently recruiting for and bring them into different buckets of occupations. For example, here on this graph, you can see the evolution in demand over time for a number of jobs that are related to clean energy, from energy specialists, but also alternative energy managers, renewable energy engineers, and so on. The fact that we are able to distill and identify and separate these different occupations is really important because each of these roles has different skills needs. And so by identifying them and their trajectory, we're able to capture and understand how we need to prepare to meet the demand for them. And this is not just something that we need to do from an occupation perspective. This is something that we also need to do from a skills perspective. We often get asked about what will be the skills for the future. And while we don't have a crystal ball, what we can see are the skills that are emerging and growing really fast. And we are able to do this because of the responsive element of our taxonomy. As new skills emerge in the labor market, we start tracking them in job postings and we try to see their evolution over time. Here again, using the clean energy example, you can see what are the fastest growing skills related to this sector. Some of these are fairly common skills that we find in many different parts of the labor market, like critical thinking or analytical skills. Other skills are actually new or very specific to this area of the labor market, such as skills related to renewable energy policy or a solar panel installation. Being able to capture these skills as they emerge in the labor market can give us a direction of travel and help us better prepare for the future. So this is why it's really important to have a taxonomy that is responsive. If you'd like to find out more about the Lightcast occupation taxonomy, check out our website at lightcast.io.